From a purely psychological operation standpoint, the events of the last couple of months surrounding Donald Trump have been an absolutely fascinating study in socio-political blindness on the part of the media. How many of you have seen the rallies? Donald Trump has gone into deep blue areas, deeply held Democratic areas of deep blue states, and drawn thousands, if not tens of thousands, of adoring and chanting fans and supporters. Now, some in the media have tried to downplay this. Some have tried to even make the allegation that it's tricks of the camera and there's not that many people. There are. There are that many people there, and the media is perplexed. But the answer is so simple, and it should be one that they're very familiar with. This is a picture from Donald Trump at the Jersey Shore. This was an absolutely amazing thing to see. All of these tens of thousands of people and the media just standing there stunned. You see, they've confused two things, two very simple concepts. And when they realize it, they are going to have one of those face-palming moments like no other. They're going to ask themselves, how did we not see this? It's real simple. It's the economy, stupid. 83% of the people in this country, economy is poor, not so good. 46% don't feel able to change their standards of living for the better, doing anything. And 35% are just not satisfied at all. Now, what are the two things that they have confused? Money, not morality, is the principle of commerce and commercial nations. You see, here's the irony of all ironies. Over the last 2 months, what have we heard nothing more than about? Just Stormy Daniels and the hush money and Michael Cohen and Avenatti and, immoral, pay attention, immoral Donald Trump back in 2006 cheated on his wife and had a roll in the hay with a porn star. Now, a lot of folks down here in Florida laugh at this because down here in Florida, it is very common for men and women of their age to have open relationships that they don't tell anybody about. So as far as anybody's concerned, he might have not been doing anything wrong regarding his wife. Now, you ready for this? Ready for the mind-blowing moment? You see, back here, way back in the 90s, they were making the absolute opposite argument. You see, we were supposed to not believe that the morality of this president mattered. Oh, who cares? He got a Hummer from Monica. Look at how good the economy is. Look at how good. Pay attention to the economy. Look how good the economy is. His morality doesn't matter. Now what are they saying? Oh, pay no attention to the economy. Pay no attention to the economy. Look at the morality. Look at the morality of this guy. We can't have him back as president. Even though this guy and this guy have been lifelong friends. And nobody has talked about this. He's better friends with Bill Clinton than he is with Hillary. Speaking of Donald Trump, now, this is battlefield of the mind stuff. This is the kind of thing that when you get far enough away from something, you can see it. But we put up a brand new video just a matter of hours ago over at the Florida Maquis Patreon. Yep, brand new video. All of you out there who are signed up over at the Florida Maquis Patreon, head on over. We got a brand new video. And basically, it's kind of the R-rated version of this video. And be forewarned, if you sign up there, it's only $1. Only $1, that's it, $1 per month. Fully refundable, first 90 days, no questions asked. We can take the gloves off, and we go to the next level on this. And we show what the real story is. You see, money, in and of itself, has no moral opinions. It goes where, people push it for whatever reason. But in and of itself, it has no morality whatsoever. Case in point, I thought with summer returning here in force to Florida the last few weeks, that I would throw up yet another evil, terrible, horrible pictures of girls in bikinis like I used to. How many of you ever heard the old adage about if a tree falls in the forest and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, I have a question for those of you out there who think this is so wildly immoral. What if it was a beach with nothing but girls? Not a guy within 10 miles. Would it be just as immoral? Think about that for 1 minute. If there wasn't a guy within 10 miles of the beach, how could it be immoral? Just getting some sun, prancing around the waves, whatever, enjoying each other's company. Why would the introduction of one man make all of them all of a sudden a bunch of sinners? You see, yesterday I put up a video. I was down at Flagler Beach, not very far from here, and it was an absolutely beautiful day. This is about 5:30, and it was still about 90 degrees. And it's absolutely a beautiful beach. Not very big, usually not very busy, but absolute blessing from God. 15, 20 minutes away. Perfect, serene, great place to go. If I wanted to take 10 or 20 friends down there and we wanted to sit around and read the Bible and talk about God, there wouldn't be a person bother us. There'd be people out there that would be out bodyboarding and sometimes surfing and perhaps fishing, and you could do whatever you wanted to do to honor God in your own way here. Now, the reason I say this is because there's this interesting story out of Ocean Grove, New Jersey, that brings up a very good point about God and money and morality. For the first time in 155 years, exclusive Jersey Shore Beach to open on Sundays. Pardon me. The quaint coastal town of Ocean Grove, New Jersey, has been thrust into the spotlight over a long-standing tradition that restricts access to its private beach on Sunday mornings. According to a report that appeared in the New York Post on Wednesday, this change comes after the Ocean Grove Camp Meeting Association, a private Christian organization that owns the picturesque beach, agreed to open its gates or face substantial fines. This decision, however, has sparked a significant dispute over property rights and religious freedom. You see, here's the killer on this. Because this private Christian organization had money, it could close this area of God's creation off to the rest of the world and say that for this amount of time, we're going to go out here and we're going to have religious services. And it's our private, serene area only. You ready for this? Because we paid for it. Because we paid for it. Because we brought forth our filthy lucre. We brought forth our money and said that now that creation that belongs to God belongs to us. Oh, and by the way, they weren't just a small group of people that gathered out on the sand to sing hymns and read from the Bible. No. See, they had this giant, massive, state-of-the-art auditorium with giant speakers and huge pipe organs and, of course, American flags everywhere. Full orchestra pit, thousands and thousands. But this wasn't good enough. See, while they're in here, they wanted to make sure nobody else was out on the sand. That's right. This Christian organization took their filthy money and decided to use it in their very perverse way to honor God by telling other people they couldn't go out on that beach and honor God. You see, in evil, terrible, horrible, socialist Florida, that's illegal. See, in Florida, you can't technically own the beach. You can't own the beach. And I think a lot of people would probably agree, yeah, that's absolutely wrong. But what did they use to try to give themselves those property rights? See, I hear a lot of people talk about that. Property rights, property rights. And we're not talking about your home, where you live. Christian organizations grabbing up sections of beach and saying, hey, you know what? We can't have a whole bunch of sinful females out there running around in their skivvies and these tiny little whatevers covering almost nothing and causing, oh, what's the word? Oh, that's right. Stumbling block. Yeah, you see, we have weak members of our congregation that can't stand to see a young lady out having fun in the sun without them falling into some type of a state where they can't control themselves. See, it's not their weakness that's the problem. No, it's these young ladies. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put our funds together. We're going to put all of our filthy lucre and money together. And we are going to say, okay, this section of the beach, you can't be on if you're dressed like that. In fact, Sunday mornings, you can't be on at all regardless of how you're dressed. See? See how money and morality can all get tied up and confused? The media at one time said morality didn't matter. Morality really didn't matter. It was about the money. It was about how good the economy was in the 90s. Oh, and it was on fire. Don't get me wrong, I lived through it. The economy in the 90s was my 20s. It's absolutely, compared to now, and really compared to any other. It would be a hard time for me to compare it to the 80s because I was a teenager at the time, so I wasn't buying houses and cars as a teenager. But compared to any other time, it was about the best. But now everybody, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. No, don't look at the economy. The economy, there's all sorts of other things. Oh, it's not really the government's. They don't really control it. You need to look at the morality of Donald Trump in 2006. You need to look at the morality of it. And even then, those of you who are like all about marriage, do you realize that there are probably, I'll bet no lie, probably six figures, hundreds of thousands of people in Florida that are married, that have some type of a quote-unquote arrangement, hall pass or vacation time, or if I don't want to know about it type of thing. And usually they occur in the much wealthier stratas of marriages. And that's just the reality down here. So the reason Melania is still with him is more than likely that was the case. She had just got done having a baby at this time. And I really doubt she wanted the guy around. So yeah, he went and had a roll in the hay at a golf outing that I believe Bill Clinton was at. And Stormy Daniels was there, by the way. If you look in the background of this, it's kind of hard to see. You'll see the banner for Wicked Pictures that she was, I think she still actually is involved in Wicked Pictures. Of course, everybody knows what that is. I'm not going to get into it. So, anyway, I will leave that there. Money, not morality, is the principle of commerce and commercial nations. This is what's going on in America, and these people on the Jersey Shore and these people in the Bronx are behind this guy because it's all about the money. And I'll leave it there. Thank you. I never want to forget to say thank you to everyone who's joined us at Patreon. I have it set at the lowest possible level. You guys have showed up in force. Thank you so much. I'm humbled. You guys are actually standing in the breach right now. You are the ones basically keeping all of the channels going. This one, the Patreon channel. We even have a secondary channel, Florida Maki Alpha site, and keeping the wheels turning. So thank you so much. Very much appreciate your support. God bless. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. Lift each other up. Like, share, subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget, there's a brand new video over there. Go over there, check it out. God bless. Thank you guys so much.